Hi BC, back again. Here we go. Gimme 10, 1986. Main picks. Gonna get on with it. First up, I'm gonna show a couple of thrash albums from '86. The first one is just one of the greatest albums ever recorded, for me anyway. And it is Metallica, Master of Puppets. For me, this is just their best record. It is one of the best records ever. I've listened to this so many times. Just not for me, there's not a weak track on it. I mean, I've seen reviews online and they say some of the songs are sort of bog standard thrash, but I can't see that, to be honest. I think this is just an absolutely brilliant album from start to finish. It's the original lineup, well, apart from not having Dave Mustaine in there, with Cliff Burton on it. Just an incredible record, absolutely incredible. Still got the official merchandise flyer. Brilliant pictures. Just from Battery, just comes roaring out the blocks with Battery. Master of Puppets, great anti-war song. Thing That Should Not Be, Welcome Home Sanitarium, Disposable Heroes, Leper Messiah, Cliff's Turn on Orion, Damage Incorporated. From start to finish, this is just an incredible record. Easily my favourite album of '86. And I got to see them on this tour, and it was literally 2 weeks before Cliff died in the traffic accident when he got crushed by the tour van. And it was just an incredible night, an incredible album. Just so into this. This is just a brilliant, brilliant record. There you go, Metallica, Master of Puppets. Following it up with another thrash classic from '86, Slayer, Rain in Blood. Honestly, nobody played as fast as this. Not even Slayer could match it on their follow-up albums. Just absolutely insane. From Angel of Death through to Raining Blood. Just absolutely, it's intense. The lyrics are off scale. Just another incredible thrash record. Just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. We'll then go to something completely, well, not completely different, it's still guitar based, but it's another brilliant album from '86. This is Big Black, Atomizer. Honestly, Steve Albini, I mean, he's been such a major presence on alternative music, from Big Black, through Rape Man, through Shellac, through his production on In Utero. He's produced so many, well, recorded so many records, and most of them are good. Just absolute. This record is intense and brutal. It's just as, it's not quite as fast as like Slayer, Metallica, but it's just as brutal. From obviously the big track on here is Kerosene, and if you've never heard Kerosene, then I seriously urge you to go and listen to it, because it is just one of the tracks of the '80s. But you've got from Jordan, Minnesota, Passing Complexion, Big Money, Fists of Love, Stinking Drunk. This is just such a brilliant, brilliant record. Absolutely fantastic. Something more mainstream now, but one of the greatest records, probably the best record this artist has done, and it is Parade by Prince. This is just a brilliant record. It's so on the ball. I only got this quite recently, but I had the singles off it quite a long time ago, and the singles, I'm I'm going to look at the track list because I can't remember it all. I don't think the track list is on the cover. But, here we go. From Christopher Tracy's Parade, New Position, Under the Cherry Moon, Girls and Boys, what a track. Life Can Be So Nice. Mountains, 12-inch version of that is phenomenal. Kiss, of course, was the massive hit. Another Love, A Hole in Your Head, brilliant. And then probably his most emotional song, his most touching song, Sometimes It Snows in April. Just a gorgeous album, just a fantastic, funky album from start to finish. And it is definitely my favourite Prince album, more than Sign of the Times, more than Purple Rain. I easily play this from start to finish without no problem whatsoever. Next artist actually released 2 albums in 1986. Some people have shown King of America already, but I go for Blood and Chocolate. This is raw. I think it seems to be a common thing, like rawness in 86. My favourite records. I remember I first heard the track Uncomplicated on an NME EP that came free with one of their magazines, papers. And the single Tokyo Storm Warning, absolutely brilliant. Such a Dylan-esque stream of consciousness track. Home Is Anywhere You Hang Your Head. I Want You, absolutely unbelievable track to his ex-wife. Honey, Are You Straight, Are You Blind, Blue Chair, Poor Napoleon, Next Time Around. It's just a great, great album. I think it was recorded really quickly. It's actually, on this album he assumed not his other nom de plume, Napoleon Dynamite, which is what this painting is actually called. Painting was by a guy called Eamon Singer, no idea. There's the attractions. But it's just a fantastic record. Another fantastic record from a fantastic year, actually. Next up is a compilation. Normally I wouldn't probably include compilations in here, but this deserves to be here because it is just one of my favourite records ever. It is Enemy C86. This just opened up my eyes to a whole world of new music. It's got the perfect Velocity Girl by Primal Scream opening in it, clocking in at 1 minute 22 of perfection. Then you've got Mighty Lemon Drops, Soup Dragons, Wolfhounds, Bodines, Therese is brilliant, Mighty Mighty, Stump. Oh, you should listen to Stump. I wish I had more Stump on vinyl. I think I've got them somewhere on CD, but Stump, what a band. Just bonkers. Bogshed, brilliant. The Witness, The Pastels, Age of Chance, who did a fantastic cover of Kiss, by the way. Shop Assistants, Close Lobsters, Meow, Half Man Half Biscuit, Servants, Mackenzie's, Big Flame, Fuzzbox. We've got a Fuzzbox and we're going to use it, give them their proper name. McCarthy, The Shrubs and The Wedding Present. Obviously set off the twee movement, but there's such a massive range of music on this album. It's not just jingle jangle pop. I mean, you've got angular indie, you've got fuzz, you've got nutcases, you've got, there's jingle jangle, but it's just a brilliant compilation, and I absolutely love this. I got this when it came out on vinyl, originally issued on cassette. You could mail order through the NME, but I was waiting for it to come out on vinyl, and I was so happy when it did eventually come out on vinyl. It did come out sort of in 86. Just fantastic. Remember this with so much affection. Love this. Brilliant. And then one of the bands on C86 released their debut album this year, or that year, and it was We've Got a Fuzzbox and we're going to use it. This is Boston Steve Austin. And there's the man himself, Steve Austin, $6 Million Man. Boston is Birmingham slang for fantastic. But if they'd written Fantastic Steve Austin, it wouldn't have read the same. We've got things like XXX, What's the Point, Console Me, Rules and Regulations, which is brilliant. Just great woman rock. I mean, it's woman's indie. It's totally from a female perspective. You've got tracks like XXX. They've done a brilliant cover of Spirit in the Sky, same time as Doctor and the Medics took it to #1. And it is just a fantastic, fantastic record. And they looked absolutely brilliant. I just loved Fuzzbox when they were in this phase, before they went all pop. I mean, that was good as well, but nowhere in this class. Yeah, Fuzzbox. John Lydon released a really good record in '86 as well. This is Public Image Limited, an album. Probably the best thing Steve Vai's ever been on. Even the Dave Lee Roth stuff doesn't compare to this. It's got some fantastic songs on here. It's got Rise on here, FFF, Farewell Fair Weather Friend, Fishing, Bags, Home. Just great. It's not as post-punk as other stuff, but it's just Lydon, just at his best. Love this album. Love it. No top 10 list. I'm sorry, but no top 10 list would be complete without this one. Yeah, his Queen is Dead. This is my copy I bought on the day of release. So it's been in nobody else's hands but mine. Classic, iconic photo outside Salford Boys Club. Just brilliant lyrically. Cemetery Gates is probably my favourite track. Bickering at Tutu. This is where, if you're going to argue against the Smiths being a bunch of miserable northern sods, then you'd use this album. Because frankly, Mr. Shankly and Bickering at Tutu, some girls are bigger than others. Big Mouth Strikes Again. It's almost a comedy record at times, this is. But then you've got There Is a Light That Never Goes Out, which is justifiably one of the Smiths' most beloved songs. Just a great record. Not my favourite Smiths album. That goes to Meat Is Murder, but it is fantastic. And to round off is a soundtrack from probably one of the films that affected me most at that time in the 80s. And it is Gabriel Yared's soundtrack to Betty Blue. 37.2 degrees in the morning, or whatever. I'll just shame myself if I try and say that in French with my terrible accent. This is just such a beautiful listen, and it just sums up the film so well. For those of you who know Betty Blue, who've seen it, it just launched her as the face of 1,000 student rooms. I think just so many people had the poster up. I had a massive one. I think I still got it somewhere, but I had a massive poster of Beatrice Dahl. Just stunning. Film is brilliant. So sad. And just a great album. Great album. Sort of very, very Southern French. Lots of kind of almost African influences on it. Well, sort of that North African influence. But love it. Love it to pieces, this record. So there we go. There's my main 10 picks from 1986. Of course, I'm going to do another 2 videos, just like the last few years. Hopefully 87 will be the same. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching the VC. Hope hope that provokes some interest, and I'll see you soon. Bye, BC.